Alright. Just gotta get up here and then boop. Alright. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Oh jeez. Shoot. And today I'm going to be speaking about what happened during episode 4. If you missed anything, if you know already, I do this every time an episode ends, and I do it within the time span of the week before the next time I upload the next episode. And yeah, so basically I am here to give the full overview of episode 4 of Roblox Story Mode Season 3. As you know, we are coming close to the beautiful conclusion of Roblox Story Mode Season 3. I'm not telling you if it's gonna be a surprise. I'm not saying if it's gonna end or not, but it is coming to a closure. Also, before I start speaking about Roblox Story Mode, I want to speak on some other things before. I am currently on spring break, so I will be able to get stuff done without worrying about like school stuff and whatnot. I have a bunch of stuff I'm gonna be planning to do soon. Since I'm on spring break, I'm about to get Minecraft and PS Plus back, so that means I will be able to continue Total Drama Minecraft Season 6, and then soon after that, maybe even before that, I will begin the Solar Ruin Season 2. 2 months, almost 3, after the final episode of Season 1, it actually did better than I thought it would do. So I want to make more, and there's gonna be a huge whole story. There's possibly even more villains, and yeah. But anyways, oh geez, that wall is not breaking for nothing. Okay, so back to the topic. Episode 4 was, of course, as you know, it was kind of like leading up from episode 1. A couple months, not a couple, like 11 months ago, when I uploaded the final episode of Season 2, shortly after I made a bonus episode. It was originally going to be the first episode of Roblox Story Mode Episode 1 Season 3, but I decided to turn it into a bonus episode, so you guys know what has been going on. And in that episode, basically, the infinity sign dropped down. What was that? The infinity sign dropped down, and it teleported us to places. But hold on. Alright, I am back. So basically, Roblox Story Mode, I am planning this episode to be a 3-parter, if not a 3-parter. If I can make it a 2-parter, then I will, just to give it less parts, but chances are I'm making a 3-parter. That's how big the episode is basically going to be, and I don't have room to turn it into a full episode 5, 6, 7, and 8. There's not enough parts that would actually go in to make those, and would be no such thing as just making episode 5 and 6, or 5, 6, and 7 and not an 8. Like, oh jeez. But basically, starting from episode 1, we were in the Scorch, of course. Episode 4 told us how we got to the Scorch. And basically it was leaving off from the very beginning of the bonus episode in season 2, which was, as you could see in the beginning of the episode, that was it. Oh jeez, I can't do anything right now. Basically, Robin came out of the portal at the end of episode 2, and then we got teleported somewhere, but we didn't know where that was. And then at the beginning of episode 1 of season 3, it showed us that we were in a place called the Scorch, and probably people didn't know how we got there, but now you do. Once episode 4 was actually made, we basically, Coda is a time traveler, and he was able to teleport us to the past, and he basically, teleporting us to the past would give him a greater option of killing us without him actually doing it. So he teleported us to the past a bunch of times. We went through the portals, we met Tim, and basically the portals didn't really do much. It just teleported us further into the past. But and once doing that, we finally came back after, like, so I think it was first we got teleported to the Ice Age, if you didn't know, and then we got teleported to, what was it, we got teleported to, like, pirates. We were teleported, and we were found. I was tied up on a pirate ship, and Robin had been there for a while, actually. And of course the Kraken came, like a bunch of like stuff happened and went down on there, and after that we were finally able to get the portal running, and I went inside of there, and it teleported us to, I'm trying to remember, it was to hold on. Okay, so Ice Age, pirates, I'm clueless. I have no idea what, hold on, how do I not know my own episode? Okay, let me think. So there were pirates, we went to the Ice Age. Dinosaurs, we were teleported to, I forgot what it's called, like the period we were in, but I'm just gonna say the Jurassic period. We were teleported there and got chased by a bunch of dinosaurs, and Tim saw what was happening, so he warped us out of there, and we got teleported to Robin's home, and that actually happened to be the place we got warped to. And with us warping there, Coda actually caused, while we were teleporting through the past and stuff like that, Coda caused his infinity sign to multiply and go to different realms, and that's what he did with Robin's realm as 2, or not as 2, as well. And the infinity sign, as you could see, we were trying to run to the city to try to evacuate everyone, but of course Coda got there before we did. We were too late, and the city went to total ruins, and that leads us into the Scorch. If you didn't know what happened, we just magically appeared in a scorched world. The Scorch from episode 1, kind of end of episode 4, was actually Robin's hometown the whole time. Basically, Coda, his infinity sign multiplied, and it blew up the whole town and left it in ruins, and that's why we were there walking in at the beginning of episode, or no, at the end of episode 4, and then it showed like how we survived in there, and then it led us back into episode 1, which is where we left off. of course that was the end of the episode. It was kind of like showing what happened at the events of episode 1 and how we got there. And then of course leading up from the end of episode 4, that led us into episode 1, 2, and then 3. And of course I went into a trap at the end of episode 3, and Coda had kidnapped me. And as it was showing all the choices that I had made, it said now, which meant like present time, and meaning that it was showing what had happened after I had been trapped by Coda, and then the end of episode 3. Basically, during that time, I had actually been kidnapped, of course, by Coda, and I'm not going to tell you who was talking, like we're saying greetings and welcome and stuff like that at the end of episode 4, but they placed me inside of there, and basically it was like a huge trap, basically, because of course I had that thing on my face. You'll learn more about that in the beginning of episode 5 on part 1. I'm gonna have to go through a series of like tasks to do to try to survive and get out of there, escape that place. And it's just gonna be a big episode. That's why I cut it into 3 parts. I had no choice, because of course I'm not gonna split it into episode 6 and 7 as well and just leave out 8. And I wasn't really planning on 8 episodes this season. I was only planning on 5. So then, you know, we can get working on Total Drama Minecraft Season 6. We can get working on other stuff like the Solar Ruins, and then move back onto Season 4 probably in during the summer, maybe? I don't know. Something like that. But, that was actually kind of a short overview, as you know, because of course there wasn't really much to talk about. You knew we got teleported to the past. I just told you all that it was the early events of the episode 4, the ending of it, leading into episode 1, episode 2, and then episode 3, and then episode 5 is going to leave off of what happened to me in episode 3 during the end. So basically, if you really think about it, episode 4 happened before episode 1. It's weird to think about, but it did, basically. But not really much else to talk about except what had happened. We got teleported to the past, yada yada yada, and it led us back into episode 1. It was basically like a huge loop, you know. I'm just gonna try to finish this now though. Oh jeez. Yep, nope, never mind. Alright.